This is my second plan with me, and I will be using my Inkwell Press Planner. This is the one from Office Depot. It is a classic, and this is my monthly, and this was my beginning of the month with Girls' Day and Sakura. And then I used the Planner Society kit the second week of March, and then I didn't have much time, so I just pulled all the green stickers that I possibly could to do St. Patrick's Day. And last week I did a rainbow theme, which I really loved. For some reason I don't do it very often. I think the last time I did it was a month ago. And so this week we are planning from March 27th through April 2nd. I can't believe it's already April, and I'm going to be using my Planner Society kit from March. Now, I was having a bit of trouble figuring out what to do, especially for this bottom. The problem that I always have, like, I want to use the boxes, but sometimes I just want to cover it up because I don't want to be confined to only the boxes. I want to kind of do whatever I want. Sometimes I'll cover it up with cardstock and I'll just fill in like dinner. Other times I've covered it with stickers. Here I didn't really cover it up at all, and then like I said, I do just cover it up, and then that way I can just decorate it with a little bit more pattern. So my problem is I didn't know what pattern I wanted to put. So one option was I was going to use the paper bag that the stickers came in. I love the wood green, and the colors definitely match. I wanted to use the bag that the whole kit came in, which was this pastel pink floral. But then I was also thinking I could use the vellum, but I feel like I wouldn't be able to write over this. And it feels like such a waste to use such nice vellum on just these bottom boxes. Same thing goes for this one. This one's way pretty. And I could probably write over it, but I think you'd have some difficulty seeing it unless I put stickers. That's an option. And then I have the pineapple. I love the pineapple. I really want to incorporate this, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. And the others I'm not that keen on right now. I mean, there is the paper that looks sort of like the bag. But my problem with this paper is it is a little bit on the thicker side, and because I am in a coil-bound planner, it adds a lot of bulk. I don't know if you can tell, but it's getting kind of fat. I did have that problem last year. I used the same planner last year, and the bottom got noticeably fatter than the top part because of the bottom boxes. So whenever possible, I try to use just the bags because they are so much thinner. I don't know if you can tell the difference between that, but I do prefer to use the bags for that purpose. I really do need to find a better way to utilize all the paper, like for bookmarks or whatnot. Or I do use it also in my memory keeping in my Happy Planner, which I haven't filmed a video for yet. So maybe I'll do that in another video. So I think I've decided to go with this paper bag. I kind of cut it apart. This is the one that the stickers for the regular kit came in. And so what I usually like to do is just cover this part. Now, I did have problems. If you saw my other video on the unboxing, I did have some problems taking off the sticker, so I do have this to deal with. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to find a way to cover that up. So what I'm going to probably do is cover that, and then probably use some, and then that way it'll be in the lower corner. I really like this wood green. It gives that pattern, but it doesn't make it look so busy like it does with the floral sometimes. Sometimes when I put the floral paper, it's it's a little bit harder to see things when I write it down, so I have to use a lot more stickers instead. All right, so the next thing on my list is to use washi tape. And I think that floral looks way nicer with the wood grain than it would if I had chosen the floral paper. All right, now I want to find a way to cover this up. Now I have a couple options. I have the stickers that came with the kit. Oh, there's one more. Or I have all the die cuts. Now I currently have all the die cuts in a bowl, kind of just so I can go through it and see. Alright, and look, now you can't even tell that it was ripped. And I think this bubble is kind of annoying me. Alright, so that is how I cover up the bottom. And then we'll do with that a little later. Alright, and then the next thing I need to go through and fill in my week. Now again, just like last time, I do fill out this paper. The biggest thing is that we have my son's party happening on Saturday, and today is a holiday, so that's why I'm filming this video, because I actually have time. Tomorrow is actually the first start of fourth quarter. I'm so excited. It's the end of the year. I have just one more quarter to go, 2 more months. But there's not a lot of stuff going on, and I need to meal plan. I need to meal plan better, so okay, so first thing I do is I normally set up my to-dos, like my to-days, like things that are happening. And so I'm wondering if I should use the rose gold. I have arrows. These are interesting looking arrows. Okay. These are decorative, die cut, decorative. Alright, so we have these, and then I also have ones in my sticker book. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do for the todays, for the events, I like to put today at the top. These stickers are from mochiplans.etsy.com. And I really love her stickers. I did get this one. This one was more like an oops, in one of her oops packs, because obviously if you can tell, the cut's a little off, but it's not so off you can't tell what it says. So I've been trying to use these up, and these are the ones that I actually purchased. So I'm going to use these at the top, but I think I'm going to put I'm going to put these down first. I had to cut my nails because I have really brittle nails, and so I can't grab the stickers very well. Now I want to put a weekend banner, and the kit didn't come with one, which is fine with me. I don't get any of the other additional kits. I'm not sure if it comes in any of the sticker kits, but I have this. I forget where I got this from. I think it was in a oops pack too. Now I used to put my weekend banners up here, but recently I've liked putting them kind of in the middle because it would split up my day into the morning and the afternoon for any events, like, you know, if we have date night or if I have like soccer. Luckily, or thankfully, I don't have soccer for a while because soccer season, the competitive season, is now over. My daughter is now going with a new club, and we're just trying things out and seeing how that goes. And it's really pretty. It looks like more of like a mauve, and so it really matches with this kit too, with the rose gold. All right, and then the thing I want to put here is, let's see, I wanted to put a no scope. Okay, today in Hawaii, today is Monday, March 27th. We observe Kuhio Day, Prince Kuhio Day. And he was a monarch in Hawaii. And so it is a state holiday. And so I do believe this is a postcard holder. I got it at the dollar store, not Daiso, but in Hawaii we have it at Don Quixote. And my 4x6 stamp collections, they all fit in here. Now sometimes they're a little hard to get in, but I really like it. Let's see. I have these sets from MommyLhey. I could either do a no school there, and then this one also no school. Alright, I think I'm going to just do this. Or I also have this one from Studio LTE. It does say no school, but I want it more of like a different font. We'll go with this one actually. This is the My Daily Kawaii. I don't know if she still offers this. I bought this a couple years ago. And I have decided to use the Versacolor Old Rose color. I feel like this would match really perfectly. And one thing that I did in my Inkwell Press, the paper in this is really good for stamping. So if you're ever afraid of bleed through, this, I haven't really ever had a problem with it, unless you're really holding down a permanent marker long time. But what I did was I did all the Versacolors that I have currently. I did this in my last year's planner, but because it was bound into my other planner, I did it again in this planner, and it's all the colors that I have. So that way, if I want to know what color I would best match what things I'm using in my planner, I just flip back here and I look, and it was between Cinnamon and Old Rose, but I think this one's bolder and easier to see, so that's why I picked that one. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is stamping took a little bit of getting used to. I started buying stamps because I was like, oh, I'm going to save money because I'm not going to use stickers. I'm just going to use stamps. Yeah, don't ever tell yourself that because you're still going to buy stickers. Alright. Sorry, just dab it on there and try to get it on there good. And then just, oh, I feel like I didn't stamp that very well, but I am not going to redo that. That's good enough. So then I usually just wipe it with a baby wipe. I also feel like I need to use the stamps that came with the kit. You see that? Yeah. It is kind of small, but maybe I'll come back to that. The next thing on my list, I'm going to write in a few things. I'm going to be using this Paper Mate Flare. Okay. Alright. And then the other thing, my sister-in-law also decided she was going to take the kids to the beach, which was great because I needed to finish my taxes, which I actually did. I finished my taxes and I was so proud of myself because I think this is the fastest I've ever done my taxes. I started last night and I finished this morning, so yay! Because I started stamping, I might as well go ahead and stamp. I could have used this today's stamp. This is also from MommyLhey. This is the Busy Queen Bee, and I love the script. I could have done the today. I don't know if you can see that, but I tend to use this one a lot for practice and church endgame. As you can see, it has a lot, and I also, now that my son does karate, I can use that one. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp practice. I do have a teacher planner, but for some reason recently I've been using more of my to-dos for school in this planner. I think because I look at it more, so I'm more likely to see what's on my to-do list. Two more things. Okay, we have a big party here for my son. It's his birthday. I know you can't really read that. It kind of blends in with the background. And, you know, honestly, that's okay with me. I don't need it to stand out and sticker it. I also keep track of my kids' lunch account balances here. Let me show you an example. So sometimes I let it get into the negatives, but then I add a deposit, and then that way I can keep track, because sometimes I forget. And if it gets too low and I'm not ready to deposit, then I feel bad that I'm letting them go into negative. I don't want to be that parent, so I try to keep track of their totals. And so that's what this is. Sometimes they buy breakfast without telling me, and then I get all thrown off. So I think that's it. I am going to add a to-do here, though. One is I have these get deep done. Also from Mochi Plans, I do know I need to get stuff done for my son's party the night before, especially. Actually, probably for the whole week. I still have to get favors. My other option is I could just put a to-do. This one's from Libby & Co. The other possible option is stamps from last month's Planner Society kit that say must do today. It reminds me, I haven't used this, so I'm wondering, they're really small, so I don't think I'm going to use the check marks for this one. I really love the stamp though, especially that constellation heart. It's so pretty. And all right, I think because it's already in that script, we are just going to use this one. I normally don't have a lot of things to do on Fridays. I'm going to put a to-do list there because on Saturdays I normally can't. So a to-do list. So yeah, I guess we'll put the to-do list, except this is more urgent. Oh, and that's quicker too. No, you would think that I would be more careful. All right. All right, and that is it. I know it seems really basic. That's it for my planning part. Now I'm just going to go through and decorate a little bit more. Alrighty. It's super minimal. I'm not big on no white space, obviously. If you've seen my other layouts, I'm okay with white space. I just, this week, since I'm going back to school, because fourth quarter starts again, I do need to keep it open for things that I need to do, because I do know I have a lot of things that I need to catch up on. I'm not sure what else to put here, except, actually I take that back. I'm going to do one more. And the last thing is I have a whole bunch of these little circle icon, the fork and spoon, the cutlery that I also got from Libby & Co. Vinyl stickers. So I'm going to use these. Except I think, like, I would usually use them down here, but because this is a pastel pink, it pretty much blends in too well. So what I guess I'm going to do is use a black. Black I think would be a perfectly fine color. So what I normally do is I'll put them kind of in the middle, and then that way I don't have to use one for every single day. I would think. I have so many stickers. Oops, that's not where I want to put it. I have so many stickers. Why don't you just use them one per day? But then I don't know. For me, it starts looking a little busy. And then on the last day, I know for Sunday, it's like, well, why didn't you put one there? And well, we're always at my mother-in-law's house, so that's just a given. So I don't need to put one there. So I just need to meal plan for these days. And luckily, I think my husband's making dinner right now. So yay! All right, pretty basic. It's not super glamorous or whatnot, but that's how I plan. And then I plan as I go throughout the day or throughout the week. So I might fill in here some things that I need to do before tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'll make my list of things to do for school and for home. I do want to go to my daughter's soccer practice today because it's the first time I'll be able to go to her new team's practice. And then I do know I have some new lessons that I need to create. So, and then make my to-do list for the birthday party. But thank you for watching and joining me with this plan with me. And if you liked it, please like, comment. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see next, or if you didn't like certain things, or you think I should make, if you have any suggestions for me, let me know. And then if you want to see me again, feel free to subscribe. All right, thanks for watching.